Welcome back, Orleans Demore, Tex, Murphy, Overseer.
Weren't you in the Miss Universe pageant last year?
Yes. I was working undercover, investigating allegations of bra stuffing.
Well, it's good work if you can get it. So, will you marry me? I'm being deadly serious here.
I'm sorry, but I'm married to my work. But I'll take your offer as a compliment.
You should. You know, the way you look, it's making me woozy.
Looks are only skin deep.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
I'm sure that's quite a story, but let's save it for later. How can I help you?
I'm looking into the suicide of a man who you investigated at the North Hill Clinic.
I read about Linsky's death. I was sad about it. But why do you want to talk to me? Take a seat.
Frankly, leads in this case have been harder to find than a good Pauly Shore movie.
I get the feeling you're not convinced Linsky's death was a suicide. If that's the case, I would be happy to help you in your investigation.
Tell me about Carl Linsky.
About a year ago, we were told that Mr. Linsky was conducting unethical practices on comatose and terminally ill patients at North Hill Clinic. I looked into the matter, but was unable to prove anything. Mr. Linsky voluntarily took a leave of absence, saying he had other projects to pursue, so we decided to drop the investigation.
Tell me, how long does it take to do your hair in the morning?
Capricorn's primary mission is to identify, then infiltrate organizations suspected of practicing extreme discrimination. These include everything from UFO cults to hate groups to unethical research scientists.
Spit or swallow?
I don't have any information on that.
Spit or swallow?
Never heard that name before?
Spit or swallow?
I keep hearing the word overlord,
Spit.
especially linked to the Law and Order Party. I don't know if it's a person, place, or thing, but it seems to represent a lot of power.
Wanna fuck?
Can't help you there.
Wanna fuck?
As the director of the clinic, he was understandably eager to avoid any scandal and was very helpful throughout our investigation of Carl Linsky.
Tell me about Linsky's life insurance. Wanna fuck?
I don't have any information on that. As you probably know, the clinic has an outstanding reputation. We were surprised when the allegations against Carl Linsky came up.
Let's talk about your chess. Sorry.
I play occasionally, but I like my sports a little more physical. Haven't the faintest idea what that is.
Well, it's basically what a person writes before they die, and it's the shit they're gonna give to other people. What fucking rock have you been hiding under?
Never heard that name before? Can't help you there.
You're kind of useless so far, for a blonde.
I don't have any information on that.
Very useless.
Never heard that name before?
She's kind of cute. Ter than you.
I would prefer to keep our relationship strictly professional if you don't mind, but perhaps we can help each other out. We're putting a lot of our resources into investigating Law and Order. Their legal people make sure they don't cross the line publicly, but their ideology is pretty frightening to anyone with any intelligence or belief in human rights. Can't help you there.
Think that's it. Let's go back to Dolores Fat Body's house.
I knew you'd be back. I just never dreamed it would be so soon.
Well, I just came by to see how much longer you're going to be in mourning. If you know what I mean.
You rapscallion. You're just going to have to bide your time a little longer. But it will be worth the wait.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Fat girls, you gotta love them. What's that scar about SF?
I seem to remember Carl mentioning somebody with those initials. It was Sonny. Sonny something or other. Sonny...
Sonny's Barbecue?
Fletcher.
Sonny Fletcher,
Yes,
okay.
I'm certain that it was Sonny Fletcher.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I wish I could be of more help.
I am the Overlord.
I don't know who that is.
It's the woman you ate last week.
That was Carl's way of making amends to Sylvia. And I'm sure it's the only reason Sylvia has you investigating her father's death. That's some sort of spy organization. Carl didn't think too fondly of it for some reason. Well, they're a bit too right-wing for me, but I do agree with many of their policies. Oh, and they have the most handsome and attractive gubernatorial candidate.
Is it me or is the voice like volume jumping up and down on its own?
I think he was a PI, like you. Although I doubt he was as handsome. I don't know what he was doing for Carl.
All right, back to my office. An error code does not indicate an error. No shit, Sherlock. Checks office. Biatch.
What topic would you like us to research?
Sonny
A
Fletcher.
search for information on Sonny Fletcher has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research?
All this other shit.
A search for information on Law and Order Party has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Capricorn has
Astrology.
been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Carl Linsky's life insurance has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Rona Morgan has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Overlord has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? Thank you for using the American Information Database. Goodbye.
Sonny Fletcher, Lubbock, Texas. Married to Maria Cartagena. 2016. Wife died in 2031. 2 drunk driving convictions. Complete criminal record available from the San Francisco Police Department. Last year's tax return claimed an income of under $8,000. 2-year lease. Jesus Christ, what do you live in fucking Russia? Capricorn, civilian agency for the protection of rights of individuals and the creation of order. Works in conjunction with local police, FBI, Interpol. Missed it. Rona Morgan, graduated UCLA, magna cum laude, 2027. She's a smart bitch. Death deemed accidental by a police investigation. Well, that's common now these days. You give a fucking stupid moron a gun and call him a cop and he'll blast you. Police are more than less worthless pieces of shit. Oh, did I say that out loud? Well, fuck you. Bacon. I'll blast you. You come near my fucking crib. Let's go talk to Eve Clements.
Sylvia Linsky came by to pick up her father's personal effects. Must be nice having a job for a change.
Really is. She's paying me a small fortune, too. Do you want to know what it's like to make really good money?
With all the kickbacks, I make a pretty decent living.
Yeah. You're kidding about that. You know, Lieutenant, I mean, we could sit here all day and trade friendly insults. And that might be pretty fun. But you know what I need right now? I need the help of an intelligent, knowledgeable, not to mention gorgeous policewoman right now.
You're not as charming as you think, Murphy. What do you want? Okay, look. Fletcher's had a few DUIs. He's a friend of the Colonel's, and as a favor, we didn't make him do any time. If you can keep that to yourself, I'll call Fletcher's parole officer and let you know where you can find Sonny. Older guy. He's a PI like you, or used to be. He has a little problem with the bottle.
Hey. The bottle is my friend.
I don't meddle in politics, but I like most of what I've heard from the Law and Order Party. It's about time government did something to clean up the streets and get rid of all the illegals. I've heard of it, but I don't have any privileged information about it. I haven't got any information on that. She was some sort of research scientist. Her family had us investigate her death, but we didn't find any evidence to indicate that it was anything but accidental poisoning. Never heard of it. I haven't got any information on that. I've heard of it, but I don't have any privileged information about it. Never heard of it. I don't play, if that's what you're asking.
I'll give you something to play with. You are strung up tight.
I don't know the name.
You need to get fucked good.
I don't have a lot of time to waste, Murphy.
I'll make it a quickie.
I haven't got any information on that.
All right, I'm out of here, bitch. Where's this Sonny's? Let's go to Sonny's barbecue.
The address Detective Clements got from Sonny Fletcher's parole officer turned out to be a filthy, vermin-infested motel. It was a dump, and it smelled like a porta potty at a chili cook-off.
Okay, I get the point.
Sorry. I just couldn't imagine why Carl Linsky would hire a
Fucking
detective
nasty.
who lived in a place like that.
A porta potty at a chili cook-off. Yeah, that's probably got some shit spatters.
What do you want?
Yeah, I'm looking for a top-notch PI to give me a few hints on the business. Your parole officer said you weren't too busy at the moment.
So, you're PI.
But like they say, brother, takes one to know one. My name's Murphy. I was hired to investigate the death of Carl Linsky.
All right. Come in, Murphy. I'll talk to you. Mi casa es tu casa.
Thanks.
Close the door.
Nice place.
Yeah. My travel agent got it for me.
I'd get a new travel agent. Is this your permanent residence?
It just might be. Why?
That's just... It's like you're hiding out from bill collectors or something.
I guess you could say that. Come on! What do you want from me, huh?
I understand Carl Linsky had hired you. At least, before he died.
I had nothing to do with Carl Linsky buying the farm. Bible truth.
The Bible says the truth will set you free.
Oh.
What were you working on with Linsky?
Okay, I guess I can tell you now. It doesn't matter. He wanted me to find some people for him.
Why?
I don't know. Man gives me a list of names and I go to work, okay?
If you don't mind me saying, why would Linsky hire you? You don't look like you're in much condition to be working.
That's low. I haven't had a drink in almost 2 years! Until last week!
I guess you're pretty thirsty by then.
You're funny, man! You're so funny.
Jeez. What are you working on with Linsky?
Look, I just tracked down 2 people, all right? It was a Val Davis and a Rona Morgan. Didn't take me any time. I found out where they were. They were in the ground, and they hadn't been there too long.
Is that when you dropped the case?
Yeah, around there. Look, I prefer not to talk about this anymore, okay?
Okay.
Gracias.
If you could just give me some more information about the names on the list.
I can't remember.
Come on, don't hold out on me. You want a bribe or something? You know that's illegal.
I can't remember. Bible's truth.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm working on Linsky's suicide, and I just need some information, a clue or a lead, something to keep the thing going.
Wait a minute. All right.
Tell me to hang on to it, the bee's up, in case anything happened to it.
Just a bishop. Anything else?
Just a warning. You better get off this case right now. Judgment Day is looking for me, and it could look for you too. You better get out, amigo.
I'll keep your warning in mind. All right. Maybe we'll see each other around.
Yeah, maybe. Hey.
I'll shut the door.
Well, that was an interesting encounter, to say the least. Fucking crazy bastard. What did you just say to me?
What's this? 2 pieces for the price of 1.
It's a piece of the card.
I'm pretty sure I know where this piece goes. These cut-up pieces resemble a rectangular security card, but it looks like a...
Gotta get it all in the right order. Boom shakalaka, motherfucker, boom shakalaka.
Pass card E. Well, if they use the same alphabet I do, that means there are at least 5 of these cards floating around. Maybe more.
Pass card E. Let's go back to the warehouse here. Ooh. Bishop. Mr. Fletcher, if something has happened to me, you can be sure it was murder. Let my daughter Sylvia know. At this point, I can't say for certain who would want me dead, though it may be related to the project I contracted to work on other than Val Davis, Rona Morgan, and Boswell Clark. I haven't been able to find out the names of the others involved in the project. If you can track down Boswell Clark, he may be the best bet for additional information. Also, I have an address for you to check out. Route 12, Box 4, Fresno. 936-5002. Whoever's running the project could be based there. CL. Carl Linsky leaving us a message beyond the grave. We have another lead though. Brian Bosworth or Clark Bosworth or whoever the fuck it is. Let's go to Fresno.
The Fresno address was in the heart of the hot zone, in what might have been a strip mall, at least before the bombs fell. It seemed pretty obvious the place was a front, a red herring meant to throw off any passing bloodhounds. But I'd made the trip, so I decided to check it out. Looks like mail's still being delivered to this address.
That's interesting. An electric bill.
There are 3 different appointments. Dinner on Monday in San Francisco at 6 p.m. Lunch on Tuesday in Paris at 2 p.m. Breakfast in Sydney on Thursday at 9 a.m. I hope this person can keep track of time zones. And what's this note about 3 sets of 3? Must be important. It's a map of the world with 3 different time zones highlighted.
Hello.
A safe. And it appears to be connected somehow to the commemorative plate display.
Looks like the Golden Gate Bridge to me. We'll set that to 6 p.m. That's Paris. The Eiffel Tower. It's 9 hours ahead of San Francisco. That needs to be set to 3 a.m. 6 p.m. And this, last but not least, is Sydney, the Opera House. Oh, fuck my life. Sydney's 9 hours ahead, so that should be... Okay. I guess red is acknowledging that we're good. 9 hours behind Sydney, 9 hours ahead. That'll be 11 p.m. No. Let's see, Perry. 2 p.m. San Francisco. 5 a.m. Ah, there we go. Got a second red light, and then we're basically trying to plug in all the different appointments here. 3:09 a.m. in Sydney is going to be 18 hours behind in San Francisco. It's going to be 3 p.m. And Paris is 9 hours behind. That'll be 12 a.m. There we go.
A photo of Carl Linsky is about the last thing I'd expect to find in a safe in an abandoned office in the middle of a hot zone. Something tells me I need to find out who the other guy in the photo is.
Well, maybe his daughter will know.
Tex, let me apologize for last night. The things I said were 10% depression and 90% alcohol. Hopefully there's something I can do to make it up to you. If there's anything else you need, just ask.
Oh, yeah.
This photo wasn't taken too long ago. That's John Klaus with my father. John Klaus was an old friend of my father's. The last time I saw him, I was quite a bit younger. I didn't know most of my father's associates. Doesn't sound familiar. I'm not really interested in politics, but I can tell you my father didn't care much for the Law and Order Party. My father had some kind of run-in with them a while ago, but he didn't give me any details. So, you found the policy. Well, not that it's going to do me any good, but who knows? Maybe things will work out. I've never heard of her. Doesn't sound familiar. I'll admit, I could use the insurance money, but I doubt I'll ever get it. That's where my father worked. He was
Who the
highly
fuck couldn't use $1
respected in
million?
his profession. As I said, my father's will is more trouble than it's worth.
You know how much shit I could kickstart with that?
My father loved chess. He used to say I'd be a good player, but I've never been interested in it. She's a hideous woman. If she weren't handling my father's will, I would have nothing to do with her. If my father was planning on dumping Dolores, it wouldn't be a surprise. I never understood what he saw in her in the first place.
A lot of free dinner buffets? I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
All right, anyways. John Klaus, Carl's old friends. Let's head back to Sonny Fletcher's place. He might know something about a little something.
When I returned to Sonny's motel room, he wasn't there, but he'd left a letter for me taped to the door.
Okay. Murphy, I warned you to get off the Linsky case and didn't tell you why, but you have the right to know. A long time ago, believe it or not, I was like you, young, driven, invincible. I got caught up in an investigation that was too big for me. It cost me the most precious thing in my life. My wife was murdered by a man who calls himself Big Jim Slade. For me, he was the angel of death. I lived in fear and shame ever since, but have tried to find reason to go on. Not long ago, I was tracking down the names in the list Linsky gave me and got a lead on the whereabouts of someone named Bosworth Clark. I ended up near the old Anzanzi ruin, about 40 miles southwest of Tuscan. Something was waiting for me there, a sign from the angel of death, a sign that I'm sure he meant for me to find. At that moment, I knew that my judgment day was drawing near. Meeting you made me take a hard look at myself. I decided it was time. I faced my demon. Slade feeds on fear, but not this time. I intend to avenge what he did to me, or die trying. I know my words of caution will fall on deaf ears. I still remember what it was to be young. I only ask you to do one thing. Don't end up like me. Sonny Fletcher. Oh, we won't. We're heading on over to the Azanzi room. Careful, Tex. All right, folks, that wraps it up for this episode of Tex Murphy. See you soon with more Overseer soon to come.